Alright, guys. Well, this is a third Patreon request that I'm going to be doing, and this one comes from Lamanta Benson. So, Lamanta asked me to do a very interesting story. Essentially, a Sailor Moon story in the vein of, like, Spider-Man Reign, or Dark Knight Returns, or just as recently, Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin, which Chris told me that he pre-ordered the book for me, which I can't wait to read. I can't wait to read TMNT The Last Ronin. Anyway, so let's get into it. Let's get into this story. So this story is kind of an alternate take. It is an alternate take of what happened at D Point. If you're a Sailor Moon fan, you know what that is. So essentially, what happened in this continuity, all but Minako, Sailor Venus, were killed at D Point, and it's been 50 years since that event. And in that time, a lot has changed. Minako hasn't been Sailor Venus yet. She hasn't been Sailor Venus since that horrible tragedy. She's actually been mentally traumatized by it. Like, all of the other Sailor Scouts died. Like, they all brutally died, and Sailor Moon actually died saving the Earth. Like, they won at D Point, but the difference was, yeah, all but Sailor Venus was the only one that made it out. Like, that's the turn, is that, yeah, they managed to beat this evil at the cost of everyone else. And for a time, Sailor Venus did try to go for a solo act, but it didn't exactly work out. So Minako just kind of shut down and just became an old woman. She just kind of it's been 50 years since then, and it's now she's now older. She's now just kind of like looking for a way to die. Like, she's just kind of looking, she's been drinking more, or she's been drinking a lot more. Her senses are kind of dulled, and she actually finds out something interesting about, interesting in the sense that it's kind of fucked up, is that she tried to kill herself. She tried to commit suicide, but her abilities kept her alive. Like, she couldn't die. Like, she essentially fell off. She jumped off of a building, and her enhanced durability, because she's a Sailor Scout, she instantly became a Sailor Guardian again, and it protected her. Like, she just hit the ground and was like, just let me freaking die. And yeah. So in that time, what happens now, what is now going on, is that Sailor Venus has become a shut-in. She's just kind of like doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to be around others. She just wants to be. Left alone, and it's taken a toll on her. So much so that she's kind of like hallucinating. Like, she's had so much mental trauma and damage to herself, is that so that's where we are right now. But what's happened is that now that Sailor Venus is the last one around, someone has shown up. Like, someone has shown up, and they are it's not fun to be Sailor Venus right now because of who just showed up in this time skip. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Sailor Galaxia. So in this continuity, Galaxia shows up on Earth long after everything that happened at D Point. So she doesn't know. And also, if you're wondering what happened to the Outer Scouts, yeah, they're all dead. they're in that time frame when Sailor Venus was trying to like continue on without the inner Senshi there. She teamed up with the Outer Senshi, and they all got themselves killed with the whole thing with Pharaoh 90. Yeah, they all died with all Pharaoh 90. So Sailor Venus is also equally fucked because she's like, I survived again. Oh my god, why can't I just fucking die? So now she's the last of the both and she's the last Sailor Senshi in the galaxy. She's the last one in this galaxy, and here comes Sailor Galaxia and the Shadow Galactica. And oh boy, they already know. The star seed, they can't get the star seeds, but there is still one. They can't get the Sailor Senshi star seeds, but they still sense there's one Sailor Senshi on Earth, and there's still tons of people's star seed they can collect. So yeah, Sailor Galaxia sends her minions out and starts terrorizing just the city. She sends her minions to just wreck house. She just sends them out to just cause mayhem, chaos, violence on everyone, and it's a lot more brutal. It's way more brutal. Since there's no one to fight them, the military tries to fight them, but Galaxia's minions are just wrecking house. These guys, they can't be stopped. It's kind of like how we never really saw, this kind of show, in this story, it's basically, it's basically a story where, we kind of answer that question of, hey, why didn't the military ever step in when the fucking alien showed up? When the alien cat girl showed up or whatever? This kind of answers it. The Sailor Guardians were always there to protect us, so the military never showed up. But now, since there's no Sailor Senshi, there's kind of a problem with that, so now they're wrecking house. And Minako is just kind of left alone. Also, Artemis and Luna are dead. She's all by herself. So she more or less hallucinates having a conversation with all the Sailor Senshi. She's like, I'm too old. I can't keep doing this. And they're like, yeah, but you want to die though, right? Why not die like a hero, like you should have? That's her hallucinations talking. She's like, you're right. I can't do much, but maybe I can take them as many as I can out. So she kind of realizes that even though she still has a lot of power as Sailor Venus, Minako in her old age cannot fight them as she did. So what she does do, since we are going on the Lamont Benson asked me to go on the logic of Spider-Man Reign and Dark Knight Returns and TMNT Last Ronin, Lamont asked me to do basically since we're going all edgelord 90s to early 90s early 2000s stories, is that this one has Minako taking all these fallen soldiers' guns and weapons and using them. She could still use her powers. She can still harness her powers, but she kind of needs the added help with guns. And the other thing is her power can now be her chains, the beads of her chain can now be bullets in her gun. Just full 90s edgelord. Like I said, we're just going full 90s edgelord in this story, and there's no stopping it. There's no stopping this train. So now she has enhanced guns that she's using, and grenade launchers and weapons to fight her way through all of them, from Tin Miyako to Sailor Aluminum and Aluminum Siren, Iron Mouse, all of them. She just straight up I had this scene in my head of she straight up Iron Mouse's whole thing is she likes to tell riddles, and she's like, riddle me this, you're fucking dead, I don't she just has this over edge what's dead? You. And just takes a shotgun and just blows her away, a magically enhanced shotgun, and just blows her away. So finally, after killing her way through all of Galaxia's minions, she finally makes her way to Galaxia, who is just you realize you can't kill me, right? Yeah, you got through all my minions, good job with being a fucking whatever this is, but you can't kill me, you can't stop me. Sailor Moon was possibly the only one that could stop me, and she's been dead for years. Even in your prime, Sailor Venus, I was not scared of you. I already killed the in this timeline, she's already killed the Princess Kakyu and the Starlights. So really, there's no backup here. But however, Sailor Venus is yeah, I know I can't kill you. I know I can't stop you. But I know what I can do. I know I can't stop. I know I can't defeat you with a gun. But I think I know how to stop you in a different way. So what she does is more or less imbue all of what power she has left in her pen, and just jams it right in like a stake through a vampire's fucking heart into Galaxia's chest, and Galaxia's just explodes. Just explodes from all the fallout energy, and obviously dies. And because of this, all the energy that Galaxia had, like all the dark energy just flows out and just dissipates. And Venus, since she was so close to the explosion, is now just kind of like, she was wounded in the fight. She's dying. And now she's just kind of, she's reached her end. So she's just at this point, she's just like limping out. She's coughing up blood, but she's won. She stopped it. She stopped Galaxia from destroying the Earth. But her fortress is now like, she can't get back to Earth. So now what she does, since she doesn't want to go back to Earth because all it is bad memories, is take Galaxia's fortress, excuse me, and just kind of fly out in space. Just kind of like, I want to spend my days looking at something beautiful instead of some, like the bottom of a bottle. There you go. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the story. That's pretty much the story for that Lamanta asked me to do. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you would like to have a request done by me, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you hit the 4th tier, then you can send me requests to do here on Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.